Hi everyone, I am Kitty Clash, also known as Morgan J. I do apologize about the volume. I am recording upstairs and people are trying to sleep, so I am going to be a bit on the quieter side today. But I thought it would be fun to go ahead and stream some I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-looking good dating simulator. It has been a long time since I played this game, and I enjoyed it the last time. I think I played it like twice before, and I really liked it, and I just felt like I was in the mood for something really lighthearted. My sleep schedule is completely messed up at present, and so I was like, I just want to do something fun tonight. It is, yeah. So that is why I'm playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator at 4:30 in the morning. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do new game after I check the settings. I did my best on OBS to kind of change the desktop audio to be quieter, so hopefully the music won't overpower my voice, but do let me know if that becomes an issue. New game. Kittey! Before we get started, tell us your name. Kittey. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. Oh, that's right, I just have to click to progress this. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Not good it'll do. Or you can wake up now. Your first day of culinary school with no time to sleep in. Let's throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders? Came over already? You might not be cut out for this. I don't think I've ever done that option before. Let's go ahead and try that again. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock, up and at 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. I love that name. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. I'm gonna allow myself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. It's here, finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. Yikes, you're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. I love the name of this, and it just looks so beautiful. Like, this just gives the feeling of, like, a Japanese dating simulator. Like, I just love the cherry blossom trees. It's like, I love how even though this is very much so like an American game, the creators of it, like, just made it based upon like this pre-existing genre. It just evokes the ideas of it, and I just love it so much. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Kitty. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, I'm because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. Oh, I love Miriam. What the? It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by MasterChef parents. She's always held herself to a very high standard. Oh, my little tears. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. She rescued me from a quicksand box? Oh my gosh, Miriam, thank you for saving my life, sweetie pie. Oh, she cried. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day-only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. 3 days only. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you pep talk her, or change the subject to give her some relief? Pep talk my friend, or change the subject to school gossip? I'm gonna be nice. I want to pep talk Miriam. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. That is a style of bang. Micro bangs, right? Oh god. I had bangs that looked like that when I was like 7 because I've gotten better at cutting my bangs since then, but I cut my own bangs when I was like 7 and like brought them like all the way up to the top of my forehead. So I had bangs like Miriam once. They were not the best look on me, but yeah. And the thing is that like micro bangs I think have actually become like an alt style. Like people actually try and get those on purpose to look like that now. So it's like I think this hits differently now that those are kind of like a trend versus how it did when this game first came out. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? Yes. You can definitely believe it. Like, that could be funny. Or it can just be like, oh my god, Miriam, I love you. You're so good at doing your bangs. Can you do mine too? No, actually, don't have her do mine. Oh god, I don't know if this is... oh god, I don't know if I can really show this, because there's not a lot of room. I trimmed my own hair this morning and it does not look very even. I'm gonna be real, it does not look very even. I did like the ponytail method where like I did like ponytails all down the hair to keep it even, and then I trimmed off the ends because I'm just like it was raggedy and like causing like it was getting caught when I brush it too much. So like I trimmed mine myself, and let me be real, I'm not the most skilled. Like I don't think I could do a better job than Miriam. Like, I don't know. Miriam has a really cool style. Like, it's one of those looks that it's like, it's just eccentric, but like not in a bad way. Like, it's just eccentric, but like in a cool sort of way. And I really like Miriam's style. Like, I don't know, she's so upbeat too. I love Miriam. I just adore her. You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. I hate how it's like her bangs are supposed to be ugly, I think. Like, that's just the vibe I get that they're supposed to be, but it's like I see girls with choppy hair that's bright colored and I'm like, oh, you're so pretty. I have a type. Oh my god. There was this anime convention that I went to. There was like this lady with like purple hair and a leather jacket, and like she looks so pretty. I didn't say anything. But like I have a type. I went to see women. How come we can't romance Miriam? Like why? Why can't we romance Miriam? I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Oh, not my custom engraved measuring spoons. Hey! It's Ashley. Oh my god. I dated a girl named Ashley once for like 2 weeks in 2020. She did not have a name that was spelled like this. This is like the sort of name that I would have come up with when I was trying to spell like the name Ashley when I was like 7. Like, I'm gonna be real, this is like the sort of name that you come up with when you're trying to find a name. Like the sort of spelling that you come up with when you're trying to find a name that's like not taken on a website that has like a limited amount of names. Like, it's cool, but I love it. I love this character. She's so much fun. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Oh my god, she has the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure window. She has the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure tab. I love it. Her outfit's so cool. How do I put this? Like, I think that would be so hard to sew. Just because, like, I'm just trying to think, like, is the jacket itself made out of a sturdy material, and does it have a lining? Because, like, the thing is, if you're trying to sew, like, cutouts on, like, stretchy fabric at all, or, like, thinner fabric, like, sometimes they have issues, like, being pulled out of shape. So, like, that's one of those things that it's, like, it looks so cool, but I imagine it would be, like, really hard to sew. Yeah, I was considering doing a heart cutout for Elsa cosplay and decided to do, like, a patch pocket instead because, like, I've looked into trying to sew, like, little heart cutout things, and I'm like, this is beyond my current skill level. I'm getting distracted. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave kitty shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley. I like the name Ashley because, like, it reminds me of someone who's nice. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone wait, she has chicken cutouts on her knee highs, but that's one thing that I'm like, how the frick do you manage to get those cutouts without them, like, being stretched out of shape? Because, like, cutouts on stretchy material, like, how do you do that? Like, how would anyone, like, cosplay that? It looks so cool, though. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van. Is this like this just, the names just remind me of, like, I don't know. Like, they give me a vibe between, like, a mix of Team Rocket from that one cartoon. Like, I think I have vague memories of watching, like, the older version of Pokemon when I was younger. I never played the Pokemon games because I was always a Neopets fanatic. I didn't like Pokemon. So I never played the Pokemon games, but I think I vaguely remember the TV show. And like, I don't know, her style just makes me think of, like, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But I stopped watching. My sister tried to get me to watch that show, and I dipped out because, how do I say this without saying any spoilers? It had a bad thing happening to an animal, and that, like, made me be like, no, I can't watch this. So I did not get very far in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but, like, my sister really loved that show, so I have, like, some vague knowledge of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Ahem, Van. You rang? You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. I love her little face. Like, it's so cute. It's such a cute little pout.
Psh! See you later, losers.
As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Is that a fart? Like a fart sound? This is Pop.
Oopsie. I think it's broken.
You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. This is one of Miriam's love interests, right?
I love you.
I think you mean thank you?
My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old.
Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down? Or maybe his name tag's upside down, I don't know. Wait, wouldn't that would be backwards, wouldn't it? Would it look more like a Q? But I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop, I'm Kittey, so... Are you going to make me hold this door all day?
Nope!
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Aww, is it just me, or is he kinda cute?
Miriam!
How old is he, Miriam?
I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. I don't know who the person on the wall is. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Sprinkles.
Now, quiet down, everyone.
Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? And how does the podium he stands on move?
You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCS AL.
Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Oof! What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere. Oh, cherry blossoms! I love how 3D they are compared to the rest of the thing that's like 2D. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom.
I'm chilly. Someone close the window.
And then, he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him,
If it isn't my favorite student, Harland.
Colonel Sanders interrupts Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, Harland, please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong.
And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats-a-Lot.
Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. I love his hair.
Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that.
You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults?
Besides, when Kittey sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer.
You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please, use my kerchief. Oh, I handkerchiefs too. I have a handkerchief right here. Oh, he's blowing a kiss like... You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? I shall take the handkerchief. You stretch out your hand, and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so... the hearts. He's like bleeding hearts like into the air. That's so cool. It's so beautiful. You hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there may even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle! You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing what appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The class bursts into laughter. Why are we making fun of Clank? Oh, Clank. Oh, because he's funny. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? Chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken stack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite! I just assumed it was going to be chicken-based because of the game. Well, I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Oh. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Kittey, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. 2 good options, but which will you choose? I'm gonna sit next to the love interest because if I remember right, if I do that, Miriam sits next to someone, like her love interest. So I'm gonna help you out, bestie, by not sitting next to you. I'm gonna sit by Colonel Sanders. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident of in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. I love how he's standing like Hamlet holding the skull. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast! It's time for a pop quiz!
Yay! A quiz about me? This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for your life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is a tree, as chicken is too. A slam dunk. Night vision goggles and feather.
That's right.
What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A spork. I don't ever eat with a spork, but okay.
That's right.
What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat. A pancake that looks like a silly face. I'm gonna go with anything as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt, because I assume it's the correct answer.
That's right.
Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy.
That's right.
Your total score is perfect score. 5 out of 5.
Wow, be honest, did you cheat?
You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. That's so nice. Like, this is how you compliment a woman. You tell her something like that's nice about something that she has power over herself. Like you compliment her accomplishments. Like, that's so nice. I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, Kittey. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance.
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch!
Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters.
Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good.
Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch?
No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers.
But
Shh!
Lunch, lunch, lunch! She said, shh!
In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
Uh-huh. That must be the smell I smelled.
Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept! Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. I love how he stands like Hamlet. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that is all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw, nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison! Got him! He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach.
Yeah, and I was just writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender.
You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she said... I love her. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the Man, if you don't want any,
I'll take his.
hello, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face and he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. I can focus my mind and meditate on this moment, try and identify every flavor, savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart, or swim towards the light. I think I shall savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy! Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be... Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I was wondering... Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef? What exactly was on that chicken? Oh, bold to come out and ask. He has a chicken staff that he just randomly carries around. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. Only 2 days? Also, I'm like... When I'm talking quieter, like it's bringing my voice a lot lower than my natural voice. So this is a little bit hard on my voice. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? Aww. You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers, Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use hyperlink blocked, or like blank. It's just white. It's like whited out. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Is it love? It's censored. Wow, you'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest! I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Oh, he has. I wonder what the real Colonel Sanders, like, isn't he a real person? Like, I wonder what he thinks about this game, or like what he would think of this game if he were here. Is he alive? I'm gonna go Google this. Is Colonel Sanders a real person? Oh, okay, according to sanderscafe.com, he was alive from 1890 to 1980. I really wonder what he would think about this game. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Nag him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. I'm gonna choose the correct answer, which I think is to be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex, but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. It was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Kittey. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a minute. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature, adorable tiny food creations.
Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we will be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off.
Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear.
Wanna be my partner?
Aww.
Sure, Kittey. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice.
Hello, new partner. Beep boop.
Bzz. Oh my, two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen.
Sorry. Oh my, two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose.
It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. My poor character. Aw. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Is the implication there that I'll be alone forever if I'm not with Colonel Sanders? I think I'm going to choose the robot, because I think Miriam and Pop might have too much of an age difference for this to be cash money, so let's go with Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today.
It's okay, I already ate.
It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Woof, woof, woof.
Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet.
Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Zzz. Tissue?
I hardly know you.
Clank judders, and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork.
Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and give up the step. And divide up the steps. No, chef is an island. It takes two things to make a fire. You get the idea.
Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy, and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. This sounds like the KFC option. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. I think the pink is a sign that I'm romancing him successfully, right? Wait, he has a pen in his pocket. Like, did he not have that earlier? There was a line about him not having a pen earlier, but he has one in his pocket. Maybe mashed potatoes? And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine.
Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders?
We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business.
Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man.
Did someone call for me? Van the man.
No, geez, Van Man. Well, I'm over here crushing Kittey's dreams. You're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember?
Colonel Sanders returns. She looks suddenly not evil. He's crying. Colonel Sanders returns. Arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van. How are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now?
Actually, no, it looked like Kittey was struggling, so we offered to give him a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van.
Wait, you can see his abs. Like, his shirt is kind of like a halter neck. That is so cool. I don't think I noticed that before.
Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubt whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to make creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, it might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself as at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense.
Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need, or turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. This is a dating seminar. We're gonna turn to the hunk of hunks in your time of need. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Kittey as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. How upfront and respectable! Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Kittey's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. Oh, Ashley looks so sad. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Jarring those cute corgis in their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which flows a smooth, brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. A spork? You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and the pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, You dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Ashley is very beautiful.
That, do something! Do something!
It's gonna not impress Colonel Sanders for me to attack her. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Hold on there, Kittey. We do not waste food in the proof cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat from wherever it lands. Can I have potato face?
Van Man rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic! In just a few minutes, I've prepared mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic! In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Man and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. Oh, this goes bad for him, doesn't it?
No, don't!
Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven.
I don't feel so good.
It killed him! He's turned into a ghost. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self.
Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. So is Pop gonna die or not? The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. So Pop's not gonna die.
I'm not sure the professors here make enough money.
Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? For real? Like, for real? Oh, come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. It looks romantic, though. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders, is this where we get... I think something bad happens, doesn't it? Yes, Kittey? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there! There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many ways. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star.
He sounds so poetic.
Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story!
Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove that.
I also saw you kill that guy.
What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The spork monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster. See?
Is he's rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fighting sequence. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. At this rate, the semester will probably be over before this fight is. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. You decide to go on the attack. Again. Why not? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce on the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. With his staff? Hot power pinch! Oh my gosh, I love how his shirt is kind of you see the gap up top and his apron's pulling off of him. This feels like a real anime power-up. Hot pie power pinch! And his goatee is floating too, like he's being windswept. Hot pie power pinch! That's 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. So 1,000 chickens only do 10 damage. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. My thought process here is we're being all we must spare a living creature, but it's isn't this game all about eating chicken? So, if he's made of chicken, can't we eat him? You managed to tap down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he's still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. He probably will. That's foreshadowing, ain't it? I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside.
The last name to have signed it out is Borko. So the spork is named Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. Oh no, he saw my messy dorm. Wait, there's a chicken above my bed, a chicken poster. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. Yeah, he's actually nice because, like, here's the thing. Like, I would not be comfortable with a stranger breaking into my room and tucking me into bed. Like, if it was a stranger, I would be very concerned. I mean, I guess we've known him for one day, but I would be concerned about a strange man who I've known for a day bringing me to my room. That would make me concerned. But this is a video game where nothing bad ever happens, I guess. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled over. Oh, he's tucking me in. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Zzz. Oh, and that has like all of the people in my class flying by on chicken. You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? Okay, I think I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick before I continue with this. Since I think this is a good like 5 or 10 minute pausing point, I shall be back soon. apologies for the delay. I am back. Okay, this is day 2 now, I believe, in the game. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Oh, I didn't notice the hearts on the window before. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the sport monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clink!
Oh my gosh, congratulations, Miriam! Like him? Like? Sorry, my hair is over my glasses blocking my vision.
I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school?
No, but that does make complete sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he wrote.
What? Okay.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade.
That sentence doesn't make a lick of sense. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Okay, I'm glad I wasn't just reading that wrong. It's supposed to be confusing. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Is she being sarcastic? I don't know. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication. She was making fun of us. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot. Like a bunch of silence. So, this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from some super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. Is she a drug mule? Like, I'm just saying weird mystery herbs from who knows where. Like, are you sure those are fine to bring through TSA, Miriam? And also customs, because don't like customs usually have issues with like imported plants from places. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. This does sound like a drug mule. That is not good. I think I completely missed what the implication of this was the first time that I played this game.
He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later when I cooked with him, a very strange feeling came over me. The flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted.
I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. What the frick did you bring home, Miriam?
Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. Besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone.
Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders.
They would know. Like, I'm not gonna betray him after you just told me that, like, you just made fun of me and were like, you and Colonel Sanders? Like, no, Miriam, you're not being very bestie right now. Sorry, whoops, hope that didn't make too loud of a sound. My voice is a bit sore today. I was reading, like, I think I read like 9,000 words of a fic to some of my friends earlier, just like a Discord call, and it was, oh my god, it was so good for my mental health, but my voice is up. Like, if my voice is starting to sound really gravelly, it's because, like, I already read a bunch before I decided to stream, but I was in the mood today to, like, play this game, and so I was like, I'm gonna play it anyways, but I definitely could not play a longer, like, I could not do, like, a 6-hour stream today, is what I'm trying to say. Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about Eye of Newt? It was Eye of Newt. Oh my god, I remember this from the last time I played this. It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you forget that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in, cherry blossom petals fill the air. Oh, it's Colonel Sanders. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseable beaut you have! I mean, what a horseable beaut you have! Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Now you're being a good friend, Miss Text secret recipe ingredients that are supposed to be a secret to your pen pal. Oh, Kittey! Miriam! What? You're not supposed to say that! That's not being a good wingman, bestie! That is not being a good wingman! Oh, Kittey just gets really nervous about people they like. What? That is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. He saw me last night. He's gonna know that's a lie, Miriam. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. I think I can blame a girl for trying, but Miriam... And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Man, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Oh, whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey?
I love her insults. She's so much fun. Tell them to stop acting immature. I'm gonna act like I'm not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. I need some more water. My apologies. You even hear Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. Ahem! It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them.
Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back.
I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a family heirloom and its contents are sacred.
Notice that they haven't been studying the book. Oh, you notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop into the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
You're playing.
Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class.
Beep, beep.
Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Who do you think you're talking to?
I've never heard such language. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer.
That's so funny. Stands are the things in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right? Sorry, they remind me of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But that's funny. Not even from a stand mixer. No! Your mother was a stand mixer! Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van, sending him flying across the room.
Protect me, Colonel Sanders! These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them.
Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know this is a ruse. Right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Who doesn't love a man who has lofty career aspirations?
Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Oh, Ashley. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Grab his furry dog belly. He loves it. Oh, grab his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who This is not historically accurate. Which is why, in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Kittey?
Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample bladder. Which item do you want to sample?
A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? Let's be safe.
You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool and crisp, like the pure snow melted by a mountain spring.
Hey, that was mine! Fuck. We just drank toilet water? I don't think I've chosen that one before. I think I chose the biscuit before and screwed up. And the pepper gives you like... I think the pepper makes you hallucinate, right? Hey, that was mine! It was from my favorite toilet! You owe me $6!
And you've got excellent taste.
Why did they describe the toilet water as like the purest and most refreshing water, like melted snow? You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim.
And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via
timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts.
Step up and tell them, you're on!
A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it.
I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool! Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Kittey. I'll be watching your performance. Oh, that's right. He gets along with Van Van.
Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer.
Timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words timer ready.
If there is a countdown, I might not be able to read these quick enough.
That's what I'm talking about.
I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself.
You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him here. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes on gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, they'll be forced to pick randomly. 100 Celsius. That's right, but how would you have ever gotten into That's right, but how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that?
Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you.
You're going to need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11. He used 11 herbs and spices. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Gratitude. Gratitude offers the most flavor out of states of mind? That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. So where does it come from? A small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. Sizzling is the sound of silence, buzzing, or sizzling? That's wrong. Don't make me get the spray bottle. I don't know which was the sound of success then. I thought it was supposed to be sizzling. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Kittey. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. What were you? I was thinking of Colonel Sanders. What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a honk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind! You and Colonel Sanders exchanging wedding vows. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Because, like, we'd have chicken and biscuits at our reception. Oof, oof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Kittey does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately... That would hurt so bad. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Kittey! No! And you're not fast enough. Oh god, that would like destroy your hand, right? But you're not fast enough. Your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. You should go to the hospital for that. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default? No. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Kittey's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Kittey to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of the delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate... Oh, this is Ashley speaking, okay. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream two ways, tender nougat, and the pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, yeah.
As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. I'm gonna put myself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his... Oh my. He does not look impressed by this. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off of his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Try again. How far back is this taking me? Okay. I didn't know you could game over there. I think I must have chosen internalizing my rage every single time before this. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. I'm Googling this. Actually, no, I'm not gonna Google it. I'll just choose a different answer this time. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Is everything a competition with you two? Yes.
Yes!
Well, not with me. I'm on a personal journey to learn to love. To learn to love? Sure, why not? But definitely not to constantly battle.
Yeah! Stop getting your genres crossed! Don't you have some portable monsters to capture or something?
Oh my gosh, they are a Pokemon reference. Okay, they are for sure. She's like a Pokemon Team Rocket reference then. Okay.
Don't you have some portable monsters to capture or something?
I need to eat if I'm going to have the energy to sustain my education and pursue my dreams of being... I need some more water, sorry. I need to eat if I'm going to have the energy to sustain my education and pursue my dreams of being a master chef.
How are any of us supposed to get anywhere if we're constantly fending off challenges from every know-it-all with an apron? Besides, I already brought my own lunch. Kittey, you should have it. It will give you the energy you need to succeed.
Miriam reaches out and presents a gift to you.
My special grilled cheese and tomato soup with chocolate milk to wash it down and a tartlet for dessert.
That's not very filling. It only takes you about 5 seconds to eat Miriam's tiny food, but it's just what you needed for motivation. You know what? I've learned enough for today. Let's battle! Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. No, students. Please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the word, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. I stand corrected. If it's a battle you want, it's a battle you'll get. My bestie can best the best of them. Best to believe it.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself.
You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1. You're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Water boils at 100 Celsius. That's right. But how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11 herbs and spices. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Gratitude offers the most flavor out of any state of mind. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley's simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. A small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot and you're not gonna miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. Silence. Oh. Silence is the sound of success then. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they will be so taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Kittey. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders riding on his horse. Colonel Sanders' face blowing you a kiss. What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Riding together in a gondola. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? We're eating biscuits in that gondola and fried chicken. Yeah. Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Hey, yikes! Zbut. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Kittey does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Kittey, no! You're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now! This battle is over! It can't be! I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Aww, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Kittey's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was gonna ask Kittey to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within.
Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry galette. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you.
As he places the sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely with your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Maybe you could draw them on with, like, eyeliner? or like, don't they make stuff that you can use to draw on eyebrows now? Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. Oh no. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. Colonel Sanders is right. We should get that checked out. Why is he angry now? Is it because I'm being stupid and not getting my stand mixer injury checked out? I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds.
Yay!
That's right, Pop did not in fact die from food poisoning. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before. You prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! Borko? It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also wanted to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. Was he cursed? I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Oh, Ashley and Van the Man have it. Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No. You should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Kittey. Kittey, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Yeah. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
His house looks nice, like he lives in an actual house.
Well, there's something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret, just for you? Reveal it! You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decided to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Luke's hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw, until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, that's... November 11th is Veterans Day, but November 11th, 1911? I'm gonna Google what happened on November 11th, 1911 to Colonel Sanders. I don't know. I'm gonna Google why is 11 important to Colonel Sanders. Oh. What's coming up on Google is that this might be a reference to the herbs and spices. So apparently it's the herbs and spices, like a reference to 11 herbs and spices. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? And it's in like cute little cursive writing. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. An adorable little baby boy He has glasses and a goatee. He does not look like a baby. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figured that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. He has real silver hair. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Is it chicken scented? Power tool? Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's redacted. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. He's into taxidermy? Okay. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Ghost of student, are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. I guess the only place left is the exit here. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual, till he asks you why you're wearing his jacket.
Aww.
Oh, he did like a little aw sound. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap! The jacket! You forgot to take it off! You decided that now is the moment and make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too. I should have said the fire because I think you can sit in the fireplace, like in front. Like, I think if you say you're cold, you can sit in front of the fireplace with him. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Kittey? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. Oh, I love it. It looks like you're staring into an eye. Chicken! All my classmates are eating a chicken, including the ghost. Zzz. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Okay, I think I need to go downstairs and get some water. I will be back in a little bit, but I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break again. I apologize for the delay. Oh, sorry, give me a second. Apparently there's like a bot on who commented something on chat. Oh, apparently the account was... Okay, apparently the bot account was already suspended or deactivated, so I think I'm just gonna click ban them anyways. I don't think that'll do much. I apologize for the delay there. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? I wonder what it is, or what it's supposed to be. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. That was like chicken with like... Oh, I should have looked at it longer. I thought it would have like a description, like a mouth-watering description. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? I can take him down a peg or flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. And it had little pink hearts. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Miriam? Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Blank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection... Nothing happened, but the emotional connection... Wowzers! Vibes, bestie. Protagonist is demisexual. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad, Van the Man and Ashley.
Oh, Pop! You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact.
Because, you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
You don't want that, dear. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school?
There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, Kittey, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse? Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fists. You clench your fist, but from the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Sorry, I said that wrong again. My apologies for the tongue twister. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. Have you ever noticed that Ashley's like thighs, like her thigh highs are like digging into her thighs? I shouldn't be objectifying a fictional character, my apologies. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Kittey, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was declared, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her?
But what about the flavor of my delicate warm gooey chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. No, he's just saying, that is not what he said. He didn't call it bland. He said that she was like a show-off. Excuse me, Kittey. Hi. Excuse me, Kittey. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel?
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Kittey. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday. Oh no! And start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. Wait, what? No! I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No! Borko told us not to cast the forbidden spell. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose crunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles of meat. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe you should have turned that in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliché, but not much in this world satisfies. I know it seems cliché, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Kittey, are you studying something with cinnamon? I have been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful! This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Kittey, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... But before I can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane, strapped to a stranger? Well, that is one way to bond through trauma. Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Zzzt, zzzt. Like, love triangle. There's a love triangle between her, Clank, and Pop, right? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Bzzz. Like, beep. And take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain, or I'm a cliff for all I care. Beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep! No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. It's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Didn't they deep fry a boot in SpongeBob once? Like a squeaky boot? I'm just, like, that reminds me of what I think is, like, it's been probably years and years since I would have seen that episode. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud, public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam, TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul. Is it Miriam? There's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam? Are you okay? Okay. I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Is there an option where we can romance her? I want to romance Miriam. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace this feeling all the way. Her short bangs that she cut herself. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not! Well, maybe. Sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed the lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Kittey's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. I love the pink flowers. Kittey, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who was hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. How am I cooking with my broken hand? You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. Oh, so fessing up was the right thing to do. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a... No, I can tell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. I love how they draw the food in this to make it look like so alluring. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. Does that mean we're allowed to sabotage? You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese, plus the pot pie you've been practicing, are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, while the Van Man and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes for their usual over-the-top selves, Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices. Oh, he's carrying the staff again, the chicken staff. But he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, our fried chicken. The The intensity in the room starts at a full... What does the little R sign mean? Oh. It's... Like, I'm not sure what it means because it's, like, different than C and different than PM. Okay. So dictionary.com says the R in a circle in a product means that it's registered trademark, meaning the brand name or logo is protected. Okay. I don't know what the difference between R and PM is, though. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend, Baster Blaster! Sorry, best friend, Baster Blaster!
Van Man flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and ride! Is he on steroids?
Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it.
5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. So we can speak now? Or 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait. When did Clank learn to speak English?
It's the singularity. It's the singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct.
Van Man quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No. She's the evil one, not me. And also, Colonel Sanders said that sometimes doing things the easy way is harder in the long run. Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Kittey. Miriam notices too.
Aww.
And I've always believed in you, Kittey, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever.
I love you, Miriam.
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who is cooking?
Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of... Oh no, she's putting Eye of Newt. She's putting Eye of Newt. She's putting Eye of Newt in. Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve the Spork Monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are mini. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? Yeah.
What? We have to tell Steve to leave?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath the... Sorry, let me scooch back a little bit. Steve this... Oh, okay, I'm gonna readjust on my seat real quick. It's like it gets uncomfortable sitting in the same position for like too long sometimes. Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. Oh, so he's always been a spork. He wasn't changed like Morka was. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck! I don't know. I have theater history, and so, like, I'm very superstitious. I would not want to be told good luck before, like, a competition. Like, I'm superstitious like that. That's my theater background, I guess. Like, I'd always, like, I always say, like, break a leg instead, except, oh my god. One of my exes hated when I'd say break a leg. And I mean, I guess he tended to take things literally, but like he hated when I'd say that, and it was really annoying to me because it's like, it's an expression. Like, it's just a theater person thing. Like, you don't have to take it so seriously. Or I don't know, maybe I do take it maybe I'm the one who takes things too seriously, in the sense that it's like, I'm the one who gets all superstitious about stuff. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck! Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out of culinary school? I don't want to have to redo this, so you summon extra power from deep down within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for it. Yes, Kittey, you are the chosen one. Will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. You begin to levitate off of the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Kittey. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? There are no rules, though. Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. But I distinctly remember Sprinkle saying something about there, like, not being rules at the start. But that's so sweet that he follows his heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. We're missing Clank and Pop, right? It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student.
I'm flying.
It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Papa's eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clink! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia. You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves him. Oh, that's right. Did Van Van, Ashley, or me unplug him? That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wait, 4? Did that mean Van Van got disqualified? Because there should be Miriam, Van Van, Ashley, me, and Colonel Sanders, right? So that should be 5. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come. Oh, it's spelled as instead of has. For me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, Chef.
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself.
Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Doesn't tea have to be like, is it oxidized? Tea has to be like, is it oxidized or oxidated? I can't remember, but calling it fermented is like, for like green and black tea, calling it fermented I think is like a misnomer, in that it doesn't, like the process of making the tea is created via oxygen instead of fermentation with microbes, if I remember correctly. But doesn't tea have to be like dried or something? Like, I don't remember exactly how the process goes, but like tea has to have something done to it before you just drink it, right? Like, you don't just drink it directly off the tree, do you? Does tea have... Okay. Oxidation is the word. Okay. So upon Googling this, the reason that I think that tea has to be oxidized is because I exclusively drink black tea. I don't drink green very often because I always preferred black tea. So that explains why I was thinking, oh, it has to be oxidated. Oxidized. What is the difference between oxidated and oxidized? Like, difference between oxidated and oxidized. Oh my. Okay, so according to Google, there is no difference in meaning. Oxidized is the standard preferred spelling, while oxidated is the older, less common variant. Both words describe a substance that has undergone the process of oxidation, which is a chemical reaction that involves the loss of electrons. Okay, so that is why I could not figure the words out from each other. Oxidated and oxidized apparently mean the same thing. But long story short, the reason that I'm like, oh, doesn't green tea have to be oxidated, is because I drink black tea, and black tea is oxidated. But I guess green tea... Is green tea, though? Because I thought, what is the difference between white and green tea? what is the difference between white and green tea? Okay. Apparently, green tea is processed with heat to halt oxidation, and white tea is the least processed. Okay. I should know more about tea, but I basically only drink Darjeeling because that's like my favorite. So I don't really, like, I don't know as much about like green or white tea just because like my particular taste is for like a light black tea. I like the bitter. I like my tea just like black. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and I do not remember. That's right, Miriam gave him like tiny tea and that's how I went on an entire like spiel, like lost off the beaten path talking about tea. In case you can't tell, I love tea. I've cut back so much. Like I've been cutting back on caffeine and like I have not been as awake lately. Like, yeah. I've cut back on tea and that is a life choice. Like I definitely can tell like caffeine makes me happier and improves my mood and productivity, so it's been tough. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on! I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+! Rarely do I taste a dish with as... A+! Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug.
Thank you, Kittey, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're up! Now describe your dish. I made uni over a small... Uni over... Let me just put it on water real quick, because I'm getting tongue twisted on this. Uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles! A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof!
Please be gentle with my cuisine.
Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I better give him epinephrine. I can't eat this! It keeps in my tongue! This trouble food! A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Man does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discuss the... This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. Oh, that's definitely not like an allergic reaction then, because I don't think milk is not... I don't think milk is an antihistamine. I'm not a doctor, but I'm like pretty gosh darn sure it is not an antihistamine. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Oh, is that funny because... Is that supposed to be funny because cats have a stereotype for drinking milk? Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece.
Don't eat the food at a cooking school?
Got toaster in your ears or something, Kittey? I told you, it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job of cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry.
Is that a real school in this universe?
I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine. up. You would know high-end cuisine if it cooked you.
And with that, Ashley storms up to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone.
This isn't the last you've heard of me, either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. Oh, that looks like it's got chicken tenders or something, like fried chicken in with the mac and cheese, and it looks like it has extra cheese on it too, like a different type of cheese on top. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class.
Oh no, So you're telling me it's my fault that Ashley and Van Man the Man passed?
You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. Okay, so this is a dance at the Stewart Cafeteria, established 2015. I love the purple and blue lighting and the chandelier from the ceiling and the little stars. And it looks kind of like there's their little lights projected in shapes along the floor and the walls, or the curtains that are over the windows. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive, high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Oh, she looks pretty. She's really pretty. I like her outfit. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they're committed Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. How come we can't romance Ashley? or Miriam too. Like, how come we can only romance Colonel Sanders? There needs to be a sequel to this where you can romance the other characters. Not another haunting.
No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws.
I love it.
It was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together,
it's the Spork monster. He is totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Spork monster is no more. From here out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Which one is it though? There were at least two of the Spork monsters, Borgo and I forget the name of the other one. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. She has such like an anime girl hairstyle with like the shorter part, and then she has like the little braids that are longer. Like, it's such an anime girl hairstyle. Her sense of style is eclectic. I don't really know how I feel about like the black fingerless gloves with this outfit. Like, I don't know. Like, but it's very eclectic. I like her overalls. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. I also like her glasses. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. He has like a Burger King crown on his head. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop! I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma. So we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Is Burger King the school's dean? Oh! Now I get it! Nepotism! And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of Chancellor of such and such. Of the Chancellor of such and such. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electric hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa! He's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What? What?
I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. You've known Miriam for 3 days and you want to have her like leave her entire planet and everyone she knows and loves behind? That's a little much. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote to... I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out how you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard.
I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Oh, the cherry blossoms. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Oh, he's dressed down. He's just wearing a t-shirt that has a red pen in, like the pocket. It has the pocket. And brown trousers and a watch. And black glasses. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. That's right, wasn't this game like an advertisement? So from left to right, there are 2 bowls of potatoes with gravy, a big bowl of fried chicken, coleslaw, which I think is what our character made, and gave him at his house, and biscuits. The end? Question mark? But did I romance him or not? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Kittey, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, why do you tell me? What are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head? Oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Could you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Kittey. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? What did I mess up? You're supposed to have an option where you can, like, romance him. What did I do to mess up? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be he found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an I fucked up. How to get the good ending in Colonel Sanders? Okay. I think smacking that clock screwed me up. Oh. Am I supposed to defend on the 4th bite? Oh. Apparently I didn't get attacked by the horse. That might be an issue. Yeah. I've gotten the good ending before, but somehow I screwed up this time. I guess not getting hit by a horse was bad. Actually, I think this is the first time I haven't gotten hit by the horse. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other life? The life of an entrepreneur? Can I date Ashley instead? Or Miriam? Why does this only have, like... I mean, I guess it isn't straight romance options since we don't know the gender of the protagonist. But, like, how come we can't romance the hot women? Just saying. I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Kittey, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. So I got a bad ending. I've never gotten the bad ending before. I guess I screwed up some of the dialogue. This is like a little intro. I mean, I guess it's good that I finally got a not good ending then, I guess, because I don't think I got that bad. I didn't get that ending before. Like, the other 2 times I played, I think I got the good ending where I successfully romanced him, but I also didn't try to sleep in, and I also got kicked by a horse. And I think I game overed twice in this one. Like, I think I screwed up twice.
Oh well.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching me stream. I love you, Colonel Sanders, a finger-looking good dating simulator. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm not sure when I'm gonna stream next, or like I don't have a specific date picked out for when I'm gonna stream again, but I'm glad that I did this. I think it was like just a whole heck of a lot of fun to play this game again. It is a classic. It's very lighthearted and fun. So yeah, thank you so much for checking out my stream, and I hope you have a good day, night, or whatever time it was when you were watching this. Bye.